In a dense and mysterious forest, a group of merciless hunters roamed the thick foliage, their eyes scanning the surroundings for any sign of movement. Armed with weapons and traps, they sneak into the forest, their only goal being to catch as many wild animals as they can for profit and pleasure. Unknown to the hunters, a group of wild boys who lived deep in the forest were watching their every move. These boys grew up in the wilderness, attuned to the rhythms of nature and the ways of the animals that called the forest home. When they saw the poachers capturing the innocent creatures and trapping them in the big cages of the cars, they felt a sense of anger and disobedience. One of the boys, a brave and courageous young man, decided to take action. As they ran through the thick forest, they ran into an old man of the forest where lived an old and wise man of the forest. Called by all of them Sardar, this old man was one of the wild boys, respected for his knowledge of the forest and his ability to communicate and understand the animals that lived within it. The young boys came to the humble chief of the old man. The boys described what they had seen to the chief, their eyes wide with fear and determination. The old chief listened intently, his face wrinkled with age, but eyes sharp and wise. After thinking for a while, he nodded solemnly and rose to his feet. "We cannot allow this injustice to continue," the old chief declared, his voice low and husky. "We must act quickly and decisively to protect our fellow creatures from captivity and harm." Together, the old chief and the young boy set off into the forest, their steps light and sure as they followed the trail of the hunters. As they approached the cages where the captured animals were kept, they could hear the snarls and grunts of the trapped creatures, their desperate pleas for freedom echoing through the trees. With a silent gesture, the old chief and the young boy approached the cages, their hands steady and sure as they worked to release the animals one by one. The hunters, alerted by their sudden appearance, fired cautiously into the air and concluded that they might be the sounds of animals and nothing else. As soon as the doors of the cages opened one by one, the animals from inside were happily freed and ran towards the forest. The animals freed from their captivity breathed a sigh of relief after freedom. The old chief and the young boy stood watching it all, their hearts filled with pride and joy as they freed the beauty of the forest and its inhabitants, the animals. As the forest creature ran and disappeared into the depths of the forest, the old chieftain turned to the hunters with a stern look. "Remember that day," he said, his voice full of stern warning. "Conquering or exploiting the forest is not your job. It is a place of love and feeling, a realm where all beings are free to live and flourish in harmony. Respect this feeling, because there will always be defeat to those who oppose it, those who want to control it." With that, the old chief and the young boy disappeared into the shadows of the forest, leaving the hunters to ponder the lesson they had learned that day. And in the thick and mysterious forest, the wild boy and the old chief who lived in this forest, their legacy of courage and defense echoed forever in the trees.